Hello everyone. My name's Chris. I'm from EY-Seren, just down the road. And tonight I'm hoping that I'm going to change your job slightly, hopefully just a little bit. So I want to start really by asking who in the room will call themselves a UX designer. Okay, hands up. I'm sure there's more of us that do that. I can count product designers, UI designers, anything that kind of goes under that umbrella. They say quite a few. Okay, so how many of you did a wireframe today? Come on. Any kind of wireframes, mock-ups, anything like that? Yeah? Okay, how many mock-ups did you do?
Me?
Yeah, today.
8.
8? Anyone do more than 8? Come on, Tyrone. Okay, so we do a lot of this stuff, okay? I was expecting a little bit more, but we do a lot. Yeah, so we're busy doing these things that we refer to as deliverables, yeah? Okay, and that's kind of what I call the old UX. And we've been asking for a while that, you know, we're really important and we need a seat at the table. And then we do things like this. If anyone wants me to explain why this is a bad representation of what UX is, come and see me afterwards, because it's terrible. The only one worse than that is, of course, this one. Yeah? Pretty fed up with these. I think they've really damaged our industry. But, you know, we're begging people, let us have a seat at the table. This is what we do. Yeah? And they're thinking, hang on, you're the guys that just do the wireframes, aren't you? You sit at your desk, you do the wireframes. Why do you need a seat at the table? And I've got quite a bit of international experience. I've worked in quite a few other countries, and I had a breakfast meeting with a load of industry design leaders in London a few months ago, and we all agreed London has fallen behind the rest of the world. We're caught in the old UX world, and we really need to catch up. And if you think about it, we have this thing called Lean UX. It's nearly 10 years old. 10 years old. You know, the idea that we just do just enough to show that the work we're doing is the right thing to do. And doing the least amount of work that we can to validate that it's the right kind of work. And with a real focus on the value of what we do and not the deliverables. If you look at the book Lean UX, who's read Lean UX? Come on, all of you, yeah? If you haven't, go and read it. Lean UX, 6 years old. 6 years old, okay? It's now on its second edition. Jeff Gottelf, who wrote the book, he begged us to get out of the deliverables business 6 years ago. And most of us spend most of our time doing deliverables, yeah? 6 years old, okay? So I want you to all change that. It's time to stop this, yeah? It's been going on for too long, and we really do need to get out of the deliverables business. What I want you to transfer to is this thing called meaningful conversations, okay? That is the new job. That is what we do as UX designers. We create meaningful conversations with the people around us. And the people around us could be our stakeholders or our clients. Yeah, they could be the developers. They could be other designers. They could even be the user. Yeah, meaningful conversations. That's what the new UX is all about. And we do that using these things called transient artifacts. Really great name, I think. What it means, exactly the thing that you've been doing. It's all the wireframes, it's all the personas, it's all the sketches, the mock-ups. Yeah, let's stop calling them deliverables. Let's start calling them transient artifacts. The reason we call them transient artifacts is they're only as good as the time that you do them. Tomorrow, when you come into work, they're probably useless. They're out of date. We've learnt new stuff. So the idea that we document them and spend hours and hours getting them perfect is a bit of a waste of time. So you do the least amount of work you can to show that, to demonstrate and find the value in what we're doing. Okay, so transient artifacts are temporary. Yeah, so do the least amount we can. A sketch on a wall can often be enough to have that conversation with the developer to find out if it's possible, rather than spending 2 days building a wireframe. You know, you can build a paper prototype in minutes and put it on a phone and show it to a customer, rather than spending a week designing a really polished mock-up and testing it. You know, how can we speed up the work we're doing to find the value as quickly as we can? So that's transient artifacts. And we use these transient artifacts to create these things, structured conversations. So in order to have meaningful conversations, we need something to structure them. So that sketch on a piece of paper, that wireframe we've knocked up really quickly, that prototype enables us to structure a conversation around it, enables us to get feedback, yeah? So having that thing that, and you know, creates the conversation and that we can all talk around. We all have a shared vision of what we're talking about because it's visible and we can touch it and see it and we all understand it. So think about, you know, a persona can be used to have a conversation about a customer, yeah? Or actually what I prefer is the sort of lean persona approach where we create personas together. You know, after the research, we all gather in a room together and we all kind of, you know, mock up a persona based on what we've understood who the user is. That, I don't care about the document, I care about the conversation we had and how we shared and all our different views over who the users were. Similarly with, you know, building a prototype. So building a prototype to have a structured conversation with a user in a usability test. That's all it is. A usability test. So when they were the Tesco lot, you know, testing the app in store, you create a conversation with the user to see how well it worked. Yeah, that's what it was, a structured conversation. And the importance of this is really about when we start reframing what we do as UX. Less about deliverables, more about these conversations. What we're really trying to get to is a real focus on the outcome. Yeah? The value in what we do is not the wireframes that we create. The value in what we do is what we deliver to the customer and what we deliver back to the business, the people that pay our salaries. Okay? So it's time to stop talking about deliverables. Yeah? Really need to stop it. Okay? Start talking about value. What value are we delivering? What value do we give to the customer? What value do we give to the business? And how can we do that really quickly by creating these transient artifacts and having these structured conversations around them? Now, I had to get a bit in here to focus on mobile, so I thought I'd put a mobile screen in here. But yeah, so your design itself is a conversation. Everything we do, whether you're talking to developers, you're talking to stakeholders or clients, even when you're talking to the customer, when you put the app in the hands of your customer, you're creating a conversation between you, the business, and the customer. Everything we do, every experience is a conversation. Okay? Particularly with mobile, you know, you're creating many conversations. You know, you're in the pocket. It's a continuous conversation in kind of little chunks of conversation. Okay, so this is kind of what I want you to take away from the talk, is this concept that we're reframing UX. It's time to throw away the deliverables, time to really focus on the value. However, that's not very easy. Okay? So hands up who works in a startup. Okay, a few people. It's probably quite easy for you in a startup. No legacy. Really easy. Hands up who works in a kind of multi-vendor kind of relationship where you might have different partners, different companies. Maybe some of them are offshore or some of them are in different locations. Yeah, that's really painful, okay? You know, they're going to rely on, okay, you need to document everything before we'll even look at it, yeah? Very, very painful scenario. We deal with that every day. What about who works in an agency? Okay, not many. Come on, my people, you can't get your hands up. Yeah? Agency is probably the worst because the whole business model of an agency is built around deliverables. You know, people pay us time, pay for our time to create deliverables, and the way we charge for our work is by saying, here's the deliverable that cost you X amount, please pay us. So switching to this new UX means the whole agency world has got to figure out a whole new business model. We've got to explore different ways of making money, and that's really tough, trying to persuade our clients that are used to the old world and used to saying, what do we get for our money, to change them around and go, how do we shift the value and show you a different way of getting value out of our work? So it's really hard. So basically, tomorrow, got the date right, yeah, I want you to go back to work tomorrow. I want you to stop talking about deliverables. Okay, you're not doing wireframes tomorrow. You're creating transient artifacts. You're demonstrating the value in what you do all throughout the day, okay? It starts tomorrow, okay? You all in? Okay, because we want to focus on this. Two things we do as designers, okay? Firstly, we create business impact, yeah? There's people that pay us, okay? They pay us quite well, yeah? We need to show them business impact, yeah? That's the most important thing what we do. But the reason we all got into this job as designers is because we all care about that thing on the right. Is it right or the left? Right? Human impact, yeah? That's why we became designers. We want to leave an impact on the world and the people that use our products. So it's really important that we focus on those and stop focusing on wireframes and deliverables and personas and all of that rubbish. Okay? Cool. So that's me.